Come up here and listen to us real quick. What's your name? Red Falcon shirt. What's your name?
Rod.
I want you to hear this verse that this officer was bringing out. Read.
Hosea chapter 4 verse 1. Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel.
Rod. One thing you need to know is that you need to understand that you are God of Israel. I mean, children of Israel. All right, on this sign over here, right? On this sign, I want you to find yourself over here. All right, you see this sign? Where you see yourself at? Where you see yourself at, Rod? American Black. Right next to it, what does it say about American Blacks? Who are they? Judah. They are Judah. So you are from the children of Israel. Let's read.
Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel.
Rod, read.
For the Lord hath a controversy with the inhabitants of the land.
So God has a problem with you, Rod. God has a problem with West End. God has a problem with the black community. The so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Let's see why. Read.
Because there is no truth.
There's no what?
No truth. Nor mercy. Nor knowledge of God in the land.
Rod, what does it mean there's no truth, no mercy, no knowledge? What is that? What is that talking about? Amongst the black communities, there's no truth, knowledge, or mercy amongst our people. Let's get the truth, Rod. Try it. Rod, what's the truth? What's the truth that the black communities need? What is it, the truth that we don't have? What's the truth?
Lord, right?
The Lord? Okay, that's kind of vague, but let's go more in detail. Let's read.
Psalms chapter 119, verse 142. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness. And thy law.
The what?
Thy law.
That what?
Thy law is the truth.
Right. The law is the truth that we don't have in the black communities. Us not keeping the laws with our brothers is why we killing each other in the streets. That's why we whoring out our sisters. That's why we neglecting our children. These are the things that are going in the black communities. And as you can see, so it just so happens, it's not no coincidence that the black communities so happen to be in the impoverished states. Right? My man over here. My man in the blue hat. My man in the blue hat, come here. I'm talking to Rod and you. Our people are lost, but we don't want to understand the truth. Let's go back to Hosea 4. I want you to listen to this, because there's no truth. You stay right there. Because there's no truth, we are oppressed people. Read.
Hosea chapter 4 verse 1. Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel. For the Lord hath a controversy with the inhabitants of the land.
Why?
Because there is no truth.
So there's no truth amongst us. Read.
Nor mercy, nor knowledge of God in the land.
So there's no laws amongst us. So what's happening? Read.
By swearing and lying and killing and stealing.
So my brothers, amongst our communities, Rod, don't you see killing? Don't you see stealing? Don't you see hatred towards one another? My man, in our communities, don't you see the hatred towards our people? Do you see the oppression that happened in Jacksonville? You see all the things that happened to Rasheed Carter. Why is that? Because there's no truth, no laws amongst our people. Sis, that's what we're going over. Our people need to understand that you being the chosen of Israel, give me that in Deuteronomy 76, you being chosen, there's stipulation that you must have with God. There's things that you must do. Right. You're not supposed to live in West End like this. Right. You're not supposed to be living in the poor states of the communities. Right. You understand that? So how do we flip that? How do we switch that? Because you say you understand it, but how do we change the problems in our communities? Because we say, oh yes, our people are oppressed. Yes, our people going through famine. Our people are the ones that get hurt in the streets. But how do we fix it? How do we fix it? Stop saying that we know, but how do we fix it? What's the solution? Who got one? You on? What's the solution?
We gotta come back in the community.
Come back in the community? Now, Rob, I know you're trying to walk away. What is that we need to do to fix the problems in our communities? Do you even see it as a problem? Hold on, let me ask you, is there a problem in our community? Let's ask you that. Okay, how do we fix it? Do you think it needs to be fixed? Okay, so I'm asking man to man, how do we fix the problems in our communities? Believing in the Lord? Okay, how do we believe in the Lord? Have y'all ever got robbed? Have y'all anybody stole from you? Okay, has anybody your loved ones died because of some hatred in the community? Yeah, okay. Has anybody in your communities been poor?
Bring it out.
Okay, now, these things, not just y'all, but every black community, every Hispanic community is going through the same thing that your brother's going through as well. Why? can we flip that? You said believe in God, right? How we believe in God? Sirach 32. Give me that. We're going to show you how to flip the problem in our communities. My man in the middle. This is what we're going over. All right? You guys chosen people. You're not supposed to live the way you're supposed to live, bro. Rod, stay, man. This for you. Read. Hey, Rod, this show you how to believe. Come here, bro. Look, before you go, let's read that.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 32, verse 24. He that believeth in the Lord.
So he that believe in God, that's what I said, right? Read.
Taking heed to the commandment.
To the what?
To the commandment.
To the what?
Commandment.
The commandments of God.
That's right.
The commandments of God. One thing that our people do, right, in an oppressed state. What we do when we stressed out in an oppressed state? What we do? What we do? Huh?
They go drugs.
Drugs? They go get some backwoods, right? Huh? They go get them, go ahead and roll up, right? Now, is that believing in God doing that? No. No? No? It's not? Let's get that. 1 Corinthians. Let's get the understanding. Because a lot of our people resort to drugs because of the situations we in. It's trying to understand that we need to come back to God's laws so we can learn how to not go to drugs to relieve ourselves of the stress situation we in. We all stressed. I'm stressed. I'm tired. I'm tired of being oppressed. I'm tired of this. I know y'all are too. But God said there's ways to keep you in check. I know Rod gone. Rod, he don't want to hear the solutions. Rod don't want to hear. Man, my man, come here. Cause y'all, what y'all gonna do? Y'all gonna go home, get some backwoods, and roll up. This is how we gonna relieve the stress. Read.
1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 16. Know ye not that ye are the temple of God?
My brother, you are a temple of God. Your body is a temple of God. All right? Read.
And that the Spirit of God dwelleth in you.
Who's supposed to dwell in him?
The Spirit of God dwelleth in you.
So, in your body, your spirit, you believe in spirits, right? God's supposed to dwell in you, though. The Spirit of God is supposed to dwell in you. All right? Okay, so let's read.
If any man defile the temple of God.
If any man do what?
Defile the temple of God. Him shall God destroy.
So, if you defile that temple that God's supposed to be dwelling in, he said, I'm going to go ahead and destroy you. How do we defile our bodies? With smoking, right? Not just cigarette, but weed as well. We do that, we destroy ourselves, right? Even our people pushing pills. We pushing X, all these pills that we taking because we're oppressed people, because we're going through oppression. We resort to something that helps us relieve our pain. We got to understand that that's not the way. God gave us something. He gave us this great book right here of your history. This is your history. Everything that you lost, we talked about the truth. The truth.
Ask you a question. What the original book that y'all read out for?
We reading the King James Version. We reading the King James Version. Give me that Psalms. Give me 1 Peter, 2 Peter 1:20. Let me give you understanding, because what you got to understand is this book right here is of your forefathers.
Bring it out.
That's something that you got to understand. I don't know you knew, but these brothers and sisters in this Bible are black brothers and sisters. They are your forefathers. Let's talk about them forefathers. Read.
2 Peter chapter 1, verse 20. Knowing this first, that no prophecy of the scripture is of any private interpretation. For the prophecy came not in old time by the will of man.
So this book right here did not just come up out of nowhere. No brothers came together on a Tuesday and said, hey, let's just write a Bible.
Bring it out.
No, that didn't happen, right? Let's read.
But holy men,
Your forefathers, Jeremiah, Moses, those brothers, Paul, your forefathers, read.
but holy men of God spake as they were moved by the Holy Ghost.
By the Holy Ghost. So God put the Spirit on them to write about their history, write about the thing that's going on, so that you can be edified, so that you can have that relief, so that you don't have to resort to weed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Doesn't make sense. Our people are oppressed. Our people, the reason why we are oppressed today, listen to me, the reason why we are oppressed today because of the sins that we're doing. That's the reason why the reason why West End look the way it look like today, because of our sins. Our sisters whoring out each other. The brothers trying to whore out the sisters. We out here on drugs. We out here killing each other. We out here hurting each other because we don't have the laws amongst us.
That's right.
That makes sense? Okay, now let's go to give me Numbers 15. Say again? Yeah, what you asked about the King James? Why you asked about that?
Because I be really, when it comes to the Bible, I be familiar. You know, before I read up on anything, I like the history of knowing where it's from, you know, how it's originated.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I know I heard that name a few times that you mentioned King James. If I have an understanding that he's one of the first people to initiate the Bible.
Initiate?
Or the write it? I'm not sure.
No, okay. So what he did was, King James, a black man. You understand that, right?
Right.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
I know you're black. Yeah.
Okay, all
Yeah,
praise.
I know that.
Black, all right? A black man, right? He was ruling during the time in Ireland, right?
Okay.
If I ain't mistaken.
Right.
Scotland. I'm sorry. Okay, you got it? Let's read that. Let's read about King James for you, all right, bro?
This is the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary.
Bring it out.
Definition, Bible, King James Version. When Elizabeth died in 1603, the crown passed to James I, who had been king of Scotland for 37 years as James VI. Several months after he ascended the throne of England, he authorized a new translation of the Bible to replace the bishop's Bible.
So, what happened was, in England, when he started ruling during that time, what language were they speaking? England.
I get English.
English, right? But the text was in Hebrew, right?
Yeah.
So it needed Latin. I'm sorry, in Latin. So what it needed to be done was translated so that we can be able to read, right? You understand that? So like, for instance, if it was still in Latin, for us to read this Bible to you, it had to be translated, right? You get what I'm saying? So now it's in English now for you to read. Does that make sense? So what King James did, all he did was translate it. He didn't rewrite. He didn't do none of that. He didn't put his own little spill in it. He didn't do none of that. All he did was translate.
That's right.
That makes sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, now go to Proverbs. Sir, say again. He gave the permission to authors, translators to do that. All right? Okay, now, go to Proverbs 21:1. All right?
Proverbs chapter 21, verse 1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord.
The what?
In the hand of the Lord.
So the Lord is what controlled these kings. Just like King James. God put the spirit on King James to make sure that he translate the Bible for our brothers. Let's read the beginning. Let's read one of the first pages of the Bible. Read that.
The Holy Bible, containing the Old and the New Testaments and the Apocrypha, translated, translated out of the original tongues.
So it was translated. It was translated. That's all King James did. So God put the spirit on King James to make sure that our brothers are able to read the Bible. There's more on that. Let's read it.
And with the former translations, diligently compared and revised by His Majesty's special commands.
So special commands. So it was commanded them to do that, and they specifically took their time. They took their time. They made sure everything was right. They translated the things that was written in the old text to make sure that it was comprehend and that it was clear to people to read. That makes sense?
So compared to other Bibles, I'm saying he haven't mixed with nothing else.
Watch this. Here's another thing that why the Bible has to be translated. The Catholic Church, where they at, that gave us this. Move over this way 1 second. That gave us the white man as Jesus the Christ. They were oppressing the people with the Bible. So what did King James do? Wait, we can't let that happen. Let's translate it into English from the Latin. That's what King James did. So the people can now understand what they read instead of taking the Catholic Church word for it. You understand? Now read that.
Make it hard for you,
Go ahead.
It says, out of the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, it says 47 of the best Hebrew and Greek scholars of the day were divided into 6 groups. 3 for the Old Testament, 2 for the New, and 1 for the Apocrypha. 2 of the groups met at Oxford 2 at Cambridge, and 2 at Westminster. When the group had completed its task, its work was submitted to 12 men.
So when they got done with the translations, right, they submitted to men, right? Read.
2 from each panel. Final differences and opinions were settled at a general meeting of each company.
So what they did was they got together, made sure everything was translated the way it's supposed to be. They made sure everything, they crossed their eyes, dot their I's and cross their T's, right? That's all that is.
Put the stamp on it.
Put the stamp on it, all right? So now we have today King James Version, 1611, all right? That makes sense? Any other questions?
Hey, that's about right there. I'm gonna have to get one of them. How do I get one of them?
You go on Amazon, Amazon, they got one, that specific book, or, oh yeah, Original Royalty. Go to our website, Original Royalty. All right, we definitely sell those out there, all right? So, yeah, after Sabbath, after Sabbath, right? So now, we teaching our people. How you doing, sis? How you doing? I want you to find yourself over here. This brother, I don't know if you know either. Who are y'all on this sign right here? 12 Tribes, which one though? Which one?
I might be that one.
Might be that one?
I might be that one.
Ephraim? Your people from Puerto Rico?
Yes.
Okay. Where your dad from? Where your dad from? Mexico. I want you to look over here. Where is that? Right here.
Aztec.
So your dad is Issachar. That makes you Issachar. My brother, where you from?
That word too though.
Huh?
See, I like to use American black, but instead of saying like I listen to Dr. Umar and stuff. But it makes sense.
You like to listen to Dr. Umar?
It makes sense to say that we're American Africans instead of African Americans.
Okay. So Officer brought this out earlier though. What's your name?
She called me Jay for short.
Jay. All right. Man, what's your name? Ramona. How you doing, Ramona? All right. So here's the thing. African and black, or African American, that's usually a lot of people associate themselves with, right? Right. All right. African American. What does that name derive from? Where'd that come from? African American. When we came, let me ask you this. Let me put it like this, Jay. When we came over here off ships, off slavery, right? Did we start soon as we got off the ship? Did we just start calling ourselves African American? No. Okay. Before we came to this land, did we call ourselves African American? Okay. No. Huh? Okay. So there's some questions then. What's going on? Who are you and where you come from? African American, right? You got Africanus. All right. He discovered Africa. He didn't, but he stamped that. All right. He's a white man. Amerigo Vespucci, right? He so-called discovered America. He didn't. That's a white man. You don't come from no white man. I'm looking at you, bro. All right, you about my skin color, man. All right? So you don't come from a man. But what happened through slavery, they labeled us. They told us who we're going to be. They told us this is who we are. But that's not the truth. We are the Israelites, according to the Bible. You see that, Ramona? This not only happened to just the blacks, but the Mexicans as well. They wasn't calling themselves Mexicans. They wasn't calling themselves that. These were the Aztecs, the true Hebrews. These are the people that lost their ways when they went through idolatry. But the Spaniards, the so-called white men, came over, took them over, and put them to slavery. Gave them their last names. Cortez, Jose, whatever. And got them speaking Spanish, which originally speak Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? Give me that. Okay. Give me that Deuteronomy 28 name. 32? 37. 37?
Hebrew wasn't the first language.
Say again?
Hebrew wasn't the first language.
Yes, sir. Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee.
So God said you're going to become astonishment. Meaning people going to look at you like, man, what they doing over there? They got their pants low. The women, they don't care about their bodies. They show everything out. You know what I'm saying? They don't take care of their bodies. My brother, the Bible said we're going to become a byword. What's a byword?
Like both ways. It looks like, I don't know.
Huh?
Aliens of your nation.
I like that, but you gotta make it plain. You gotta make it plain. Make it plain, Ramona. Hey, my man. What does it mean, a byword? You become a byword.
Just getting by.
No. A byword is being called something outside of your name. Okay? So now you calling yourself African American is being called outside of your name. You're not an African American. That white man labeled that on you. Let me see right here. You see these whips on his back? You see these whips? What's your last name? Huh? Tarver. What's your last name, sis?
Read.
Reed. They say if you do not accept the last name of Reed, I'm gonna continue to put these lashes on your back. This is what's gonna happen. But now today we go to these Reed's family reunion, right? Tovar's family reunion, right? Now understanding where we come from. God said you're gonna become a byword because you broke my law, statute, commandments. Because you smoking weed. Because you got hatred towards your brother. God said this is gonna happen to you. If you not keep my law, statute, commandments. Read. You're not supposed to live in the state that you're supposed to be living in, bro. Do you believe it? Do you believe you're a king?
Of course I am.
You believe you're a king?
King
How much a king lived in? You say you're a king. In West End, I don't see no kings in West End right now. They don't look like a kingdom. They don't look like a kingdom.
Yeah, right.
Huh?
I got King David.
King David. What about King David? Was King David living in West End?
No.
No.
Not sure.
No.
We're not sure though.
No. You're not sure.
We're not sure though.
What you mean you're not sure about how King David lived? What you mean?
I'm King David. I could have lived anywhere.
Oh, you call yourself King David.
Yeah.
Okay, bro. You going off on me. Yeah, you going off.
Yeah.
Give me Psalms 82 and 6. Give me Psalms 82 and 6. I'm gonna show you something. All right, Reed. What's your name again?
Read.
Reed. Let me show you how a God should live. Let me show you that. You got it?
Psalms chapter 82 and verse 6. I have said, ye are God.
Reed. You supposed to be a God. Tova. You supposed to be a God. Ramona. You supposed to be a princess of God. All right? All right. Reed.
And all of you are children of the Most High.
So you are the children of the Most High. Now, being a God, does a God have a limited time of life on earth? No.
That's to me.
Does a God live in West End?
Nah.
Is a God supposed to live in West End? Put it like that.
He'd be anywhere.
What's a monster? When y'all think of a God, what y'all think of?
I think of paradise.
Paradise. Okay, let's go with that. Paradise, right? This is not paradise right here. Okay, so let's read about it. Let's read.
But ye shall die like men.
Y'all should what?
But ye shall die like men.
Why? Because of your sins. You're supposed to be royalty. You're supposed to be like God. But because of our sins, because of us resorting to weed, I'm gonna keep on hopping on that. Because a lot of our people resort to that. Because of the oppression that we're going through. We understand, right? Because of fornication, right? Because of killing one another. Because of the hatred towards one another. We're gonna die like men. We're dying like men. We became more base than this little white baby right here. We're supposed to be above. But you see this mama right here, you see our mama? She carrying her. She's taking care of her. Right? You see that? You see how the roles flip? It's supposed to be opposite. We're the ones that's supposed to be high. God said the kingdom's for us. Let me show you something about what would happen if you keep God's laws. Give me Isaiah 60 and 10. Let me show you something. You say we'll die like men, right? But God said, if you keep my laws, I can flip that for you. If you keep God's laws, my man, shepherd sinner, my man, I'm talking to you, man. Come on, y'all law with me, bro. You all right? You good? You here? Okay. God says he can flip the things that's going on in your community. He can change your life if you keep my laws, statute, commandments. Let's read about it, though.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 60 and verse 10. And the sons of strangers shall build up thy wall.
So that paradise you talking about, that paradise you said that you want, right, as a God, he said other nations gonna build that up for you. As a God, that's only right. As a God, that's only right. You're not supposed to live in the West End. Read.
And their kings shall minister unto thee.
So all these presidents, all these kings, these royalties, right, they're supposed to be ruling the world. The ones that come together, right, to make sure that you stay in the lower state. Roles gonna reverse. You're gonna be ruling over them.
Right.
So now they're gonna come unto you with tribute. Hey, here's the taxes for the month. Here's what you need for the month. Read.
For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor I have had mercy on thee.
So by keeping God's laws, he could flip the hatred that he had, not the hatred, but how mad he was for you. By keeping his law, he's going to have mercy upon you. Because God see the things that you're doing. He's seen the sin, so he's going to put you through trials and tribulation. God see what you're doing, he's going to put you through trials and tribulation. But if you keep his laws, he's going to have mercy on you. He's going to give you that paradise that's at the end. By keeping his laws, statute, commandments. Y'all understand that, right? Y'all understand that? Okay. Psalms 83, then we're going to go into two more laws. Psalms 83. We're going to more laws. One thing y'all got to understand. Yes, sir. Got it? Let's roll.
The book of Psalms, chapter 83 and verse 1. Keep not thou silence, O God.
Y'all want to hear a righteous prayer? Y'all want to hear a great prayer? A prayer is not, Lord, please let me get a car in the next few months. Lord, please let me get this big house in the next 2 years. Let's hear a righteous prayer. All right? Let's hear what King David said. Read it from the top.
Keep not thy silence, O God.
So he's saying, keep not your silence, O God. Read.
Hold not thy peace.
Read.
And be not still, O God.
Why?
For lo, thy enemies.
Here's what?
Thine enemies make a tumult.
So God got enemies. King David said, do not keep your peace. Do not keep your silence. Because your enemies make a tumult. They make an angry gathering to come against you. They come against us. King David loved his people. He understood that these evil people are trying to keep us at the bottom. So King David prayed to God, said, Lord, please do not keep your silence. Read.
And they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
Sisters, what y'all don't understand is there's people, higher power, who take crafty counsel against y'all. You know what the crafty counsel is? To make sure that you think that you're African American. Sisters, y'all think y'all African American? That's the crafty counsel. They don't think.
What is a nation?
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.
And finally, my brethren, be strong enough.